Who the greatest? No, not the latest. Ain't that debatable? Yeah. Check the stats. This the Jared Willer Ryan show. 9 no days off. You been grinding, I've been grinding too. Made it through the storm, great cloud. You see me shining through champion and state of mind. I've been balling better D up after we win it all. That's the only time my feet up. Blood, sweat, tears, hard work with the passion. The killer in the game. I hop in and go assassin. Nah, I can't be average. Nah, I can't be last. Just always first or nothing. Doubter said I was bluffing. See him after I went like I thought you was saying something. I told him that I was coming, gun in the head drumming. Shit shots at my fields, who thought they were in the running? Why would I be nervous? I've been training for this day. I'll be like a freight train, any problems in my way. Never complain, just said okay, I follow my dream, and if it don't pay, then anyway, what you say? I'm too busy getting paid. Tunnel vision on my goals, like success gon' be my fate. Pray to God he take my soul if I die before I wait. Give it everything you got, cause that's what it's gonna take. And don't wait, do it now. That's the time is of the essence. From a kid to a king, you are now in the presence of a new creature, adapted new features. Remember when I was a student, now I'm brighter than my teachers. Don't worry if I spit, cause if I do it, be that ether. I got stripes just like a zebra. Up a level, I might lead you. Had a play too hard to see ya. I'ma heat up in the winter. They gon' look at me like Scar, but I'm really more like Simba. Always been the realest. I can't hang around pretenders talking like I ain't gang, but I know a couple members ain't shit about the beat. Focused on the bigger picture, dreams in the headlock. Like you thought I wouldn't get you, grinding like I never ate. Can't make no pivotal mistake. Do we wanna be good or great? Steady now, pick up the pace. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we moving weight. Power of the jungle, cause time we gon' release the 8. And I'm still gon' keep my faith. God with me, so I'm straight. I'm the fire in the lake. I put the devil in his place. I don't think it's no debate. It's my time to make a shake. I done did away with fear. Y'all no longer welcome here. I just had to make it clear you wasn't deaf and you can hear. Opponent win it won't be easy. Game cooler than my freezy. Early stages of my grind and I was young, they ain't believe me. So in my older days, all this ballin' got them queasy.
All right, welcome into another episode of That's Debatable. I'm Ryan Dietrich, here with my guys Will Ward and Jeremiah Bays.
What up?
How we doing tonight, fam?
We good? Mic's on. We live? We live?
What
What was my dude?
We are. NBA playoffs round 1 are in full swing. Let's see, 7:30 just passed, so I believe the Bucks and Bulls should be underway probably about the end of the first quarter.
Probably the start of a massacre. The start of a massacre.
Bucks looking good. They got that mojo rolling. So we'll see what happens.
Oh,
Ooh,
Jesus
yep.
Christ. Yeah. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Up 30 in the middle of
ready
the
to go home?
second.
Pack it
About
up.
to start the off season here real soon.
Hey, but even my Bulls was able to steal a game. I mean, not every. At least we ain't got. I'd rather get put our button ups on. Put our. Well, we wear bow ties. We don't wear we don't wear regular ties. So put on our bow ties. Suiting up, button up, take this little spanking, gentleman sweep. It's cool. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. It's all good. Shout out to the defending champs. But we'll get into the Chicago Bulls in a minute. I'm still actually proud of my Bulls, regardless of what people think.
That's an attitude, man. It must be that Midwest type of aura that you got. Minnesota,
just
Chicago.
The Chicago thing, though, like the Bulls weren't supposed to be here. We got lucky with some of the. We made free agent moves. You remember the free when we talk about free agents? I was excited. I knew I had playoff expectations. We ain't get the type of matchup I thought we would have gotten. Stuff didn't go as I wanted it to. But hey, it is what it is. We made it. We didn't make the play in, and we here. Zach LaVine for the 3rd time, and since last April. He's in protocol. I don't know how many times he could keep going. And he got the vaccine. Why my man keep going in the protocol with the vaccine? I don't know. Could he be faking it? I don't know. But, we'll get into that. I don't know if we're going to start off with that series, but since that's the game on, we can.
Fire away.
All right, well.
Get into it.
The Bucks I've been looking like the defending champ so far. You know, Giannis has been looking like, you know, the best player in the league. Yeah, I am finally able to agree with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Most of the people who say that don't even know how to say his name. You know that?
Yeah.
But, you know, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the world. Yay! You know, he's been the best player, you know, whatever, you know. Now it's official. 100% official on my end. But I don't know. What you think about the Bucks? I could get into my Bulls after that, but you've been watching the Bucks. You think they could come out? Is it...
The Bucks going to for sure come out. And
they're not playing with their food. That's for sure.
And where they sitting at in the playoffs on that ranking, they're going to get the good opportunity to come and move forward and just continue to dominate. Definitely when you got Giannis on that side, ain't too many people that can really stop him right now. So
if they win tonight, they'll play the Celtics. You know, the Celtics just swept the Nets. I don't know if we want to get into that series, but looking ahead,
I like Milwaukee over Boston. I know what we've seen out of Brooklyn and Boston, but at the end of the day, we can't dispute that. How you saying we're not even supposed to be here? That's still at the same time. That's a 7-against-2, right? So are we not putting too much precedence on that 7-against-2 matchup?
Oh, shit, the Bulls are 6 seed.
No, I'm saying in the Brooklyn and Boston matchup.
Yeah, 7-2.
That was a 7-2 matchup. So
Nets shouldn't even been there.
what?
pretty much that was a play-in team too.
Yeah, right.
But
They making it seem like it's the end of the world with, you know, how Brooklyn went out. But he said we'll get back on that in a little bit.
Yeah,
As far as the Bucks, man,
do it.
I think they got an advantage. Even though Boston did make them stretch the floor, and Marcus Smart is looking really good, Tatum's looking good, and we're going to have to see if Middleton is going to come back. I believe he's injured right now for Milwaukee, but I know he'll be a vital piece and a key piece that they're going to need in order to keep moving forward.
Yeah, he's a little banged up. No bad.
But if Boston can make Kevin Durant stretch the floor and have him taking bad shots, that team in Brooklyn it's a lot going on that they gonna get it right over the offseason. But it's gonna take a lot, and I know they had a lot of distraction, even with Kyrie, him sitting out half of the season, having Kevin going injury, having James Harden go in and out. Who knows what happened to Blake and the rest of the crew?
What happened to the Nets? Dude, Blake Griffin gave him some good minutes.
He gave him good minutes,
He'd
but
only
there's
played
production.
He'd only played
get him out
5
there.
games since the 20th. So what happened? What happened to the Brooklyn Nets? Why did they get swept?
why did the Brooklyn Nets get swept? Well, up until the game 4, games 1 through 3 were separated by no more than 12 points total. So with poor execution in game 1 and poor execution on the Brooklyn Nets in game 1, Kyrie, the only game he showed up for, I don't know if the rest of Ramadan started to catch up with him throughout the week. You know, I know it was an early Sunday, so maybe he wasn't as hungry. You know, he got to stop eating at like 12 or 11 or something like that. So 3 o'clock game on the Sunday, he able to show up game 1. You know, go for 18 in the fourth quarter, go crazy. You know, get the fans the double bird, scratch his head, do all this other stuff, right?
That's game 1.
That's game 1.
And game 1 came down to it was a nail biter.
It came down to the Celtics made a great between their big 3, which would be, I guess, Tatum, Brown, and Smart.
Right.
Smart and Brown made some of a great play to find Tatum on the back door. It started with Brown. Brown looked for Smart. And Smart hit Tatum on the backdoor cut. KD didn't put a body on him. Didn't scoot his little ass out there and didn't stop him from getting to the cup. Kyrie's a baby, so you know too small. But Pat Bev did the job, but we see how Ja flipped out on him. But we ain't gonna get into that series yet. That's game 1. Game 2, nobody showed up, man. Kevin Durant, game 2, he had 27 points, but he was 4 for 17. They finally let him go to the free throw line. That's really how he got the bulk of his points. Minus 10. In this plus minus, he was minus 13 in game 1, 6 turnovers and 12 turnovers in the first 2 games, and that's on the road. You can't have that. You can't be giving up your shot like that. 1 for 2 from 3, so he didn't even take too many threes in game 2. In game 1, he was 1 for 5. They didn't get it done on the road, and it was a close game. They had an 18-point lead. Bruce Brown, Bruce Brown, rah, 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 rah. I got scored the first 12 points, you feel me? And the rest of the game didn't go how it was. We thought Kevin Durant, he hit a couple shots early, but the couple shots he hit was literally what he hit all game because he only hit a total of 4. I think that's the game he went 0 for 10 in the second half, if I ain't wrong. Where all the fans, a lot of people tag, a lot of y'all be looking for me. I'm gonna wait till the series is over because I tried to give my dude a chance, and he had 4 cracks at it. Couldn't get one dub. He could have made it a 5th crack, 6th crack, 7th crack, whatever it was. Never happened. And that's just on the road. Kyrie definitely didn't show up. I don't even got his stats for the whole shebang. I just know he averaged 21, 5, and 5. He was a -9 for the whole series. But Kyrie was a no-show from games 2 to the end of game 4. He hit I don't know what the heck. Like I said, I remember he came out with a banana. He came out with some fruit. That didn't work. I don't know what it was. But we was mostly looking for Kevin Durant to show up. He never showed up. Right now, he's going back and forth with Charles Barkley. Are you a bus rider? Are you a bus driver? Now, the thing is, I think
that's all about.
It's Charles Barkley is upset with these dudes because these dudes don't want to be Sir Charles. Like, the last of the last to not have a championship that was on the Charles Barkley level was probably Carmelo Anthony, and I guess if you want to say right now, Chris Paul. But we still got high hopes for Chris Paul for what the Suns could do. But the last person to be that dude, this last generation, was probably Carmelo.
How do you even argue with Sir Charles, and Charles won't even have a ring? You know what I mean?
Because he don't.
I know you put respect on
on
his name and knowing that he's a Hall of Famer. But at the same time, if you I don't really you flexing for what reason, sir? You know, at the end of the day, you wish you had what I have.
God.
You know,
but it happened because Charles Barkley was waiting for a chance to say something to Kevin.
But that's what I mean. I guess that's his job.
Yeah,
I guess the expectation is so high with Brooklyn and everybody expecting them just
to come out the East. That's favorite to come out the East.
But do you look at their season and say, this is a championship caliber type of team after all they've been through?
In hindsight,
hold on.
It was all
when their record demonstrated the whole entire season, they were at 7th, 8th seed like for a long time during the season.
That's only because, if I want to give the excuse, the only reason why I'm not able to give the excuse card now is because they didn't really go down swinging. If they was able to push it to 5, maybe even try to get it to 6, if they still lost, you could use the excuse card. But there is 0 excuses for why you come out that series with 0 wins. None. Looking at the season, before Kevin Durant went down, Kyrie wasn't back yet. He wasn't even playing on the road games yet, and they were the two. They were the 2 seed. They were the 2 seed when it was Harden and KD, right? We already knew they came into the season without Kyrie. We knew that. No shot, anti-vax, all that good stuff, bad stuff. Did that derail the team? Could that have been the first seed planet? Maybe so, was the seed planet a year ago when we really know that James Harden never wanted to go there? But once Kevin Durant went down, he went down as the 2 seed. He went down they was losing to some of the good teams, but they was beating all the bottom feeders, and that's how they stayed at 2 seed. At that time, my Bulls was the 1 seed. Kevin Durant goes down. He misses 21 to 23 games. And in those 21 to 23 games, they lose 18 of them. And there's a 11-game losing streak in there. And in the first 5 games, Harden tried the first couple games, and then he ended up, doing what Harden always do. Then they got desperate. Kyrie's able to play the road games. Still don't feel right with Harden because Harden got to do too much. I'm going to get on Harden, his little 18-point self later. But we ain't in that series right now, and the Raptors might come back and win that series. We'll see how that goes. But KD got hurt. Harden quit. Kyrie on the road, not enough. Not enough people there to hold it down, and they go from 2 seed. And like I said, they lost 11 straight games, or maybe even 12 straight games before they even got another dub after the Harden trade.
Right.
So still,
and that's where I'm saying that's where they started to fall.
Yeah.
So once again,
no KD.
I'm asking, it's the expectation for this team, which you just said they were not that good during the regular season. Why are we putting so much precedence on them losing now?
When Kevin was healthy, they were the 2 seed.
It's because of the talent. It's just pure talent prospect. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving on the same team with James Harden at that time, and we plug in Ben Simmons. It's all just a pure talent.
Don't even get me started on the Fresh Prince.
I mean, that's all it is.
Go ahead,
talent.
man.
But man, look at like you're saying, Will. Look at the entire season. They came out hot, but that's it. Like, and with all the talent, it's just look what they can be.
Yeah, it looks good on paper. I mean, we demonized the Lakers for the same exact reason.
Yeah,
They got their time.
Right.
Everybody said the Lakers was old. We knew that from the beginning of the season.
Yep.
You know, but hey, like he just was alluding to, I want to talk about the Fresh Prince real quick. First of all, whoever's Ben Simmons stylist, we need to talk real soon. We need to do business. I love what you're doing with Ben. I think it'll look even better on myself. But at the same time, hey, that boy, he came to the court, to the arena, so fresh and so clean every single day. So give Ben Simmons one of the most stylish, most paid bench players of all time. He got to go down.
He was dressed for the bench.
He was dressed to the T's, but where was you at?
So should we start calling him
Bench
Simmons?
Damn.
I mean, dude, for real. And that's that's the whole problem with this Nets team is all of that talent, but they didn't have any chance to play any games together. The whole vaccine thing with Kyrie is a killer. He killed that team for most of the regular season with his choice to not do that. Then they bring in Ben Simmons, who doesn't get a play. And whether that's injuries, mental health, he's choosing not to, he's soft. There's a lot of things out there, but he was paid to play and get that team
somewhere.
Not doing his job is what him and Kyrie did most of the season. Is what I gotta say.
This is one thing I really wish I could have found out, because in hindsight, I feel like with them losing Game 3, that gave him the perfect reason not to show up for Game 4. The perfect one. If they win Game 3 they were supposed to.
Right.
Because you can't be mad at being down 0-2 when Boston take care of business. But once Boston go up 3-0, it's like, oh, no, they really, really, really is the better team or better strategized. And it looked like the way that the Nets lost these close games looked like when a few years back when Ben Simmons, ironically, and Joel Embiid, the Sixers couldn't get the job done against these same young Celtics.
Right.
They do poor execution down the stretch. So just like it was Brett Brown, Steve Nash made no moves, no adjustments. He didn't do anything, and they're not going to fire him. So nobody's getting blamed. He's not coming back, and they on one. Like Kyrie, I don't know, man. But Ben, he's been quitting on the team since the LSU days. That's what everybody keep talking about. I'm not wearing this purple and yellow for LSU either. I'm wearing this purple and gold, definitely not for them Lakers. You know, the NFL draft is tomorrow. I know it's a basketball jersey, but it's still basketball season. But that's beside the point. But I don't know what's going on with Ben, bro. I don't know if he woke up.
You say you don't know what's going on with Ben. I understand that. Nobody really knows, and Ben probably don't even know what's going on with Ben Simmons. I think if anything is what we want to look at is probably moving forward and what he probably can bring to that team. So even though I think the trade didn't work out this season for Brooklyn, moving forward, I think you probably can see more out of him. And with the production you get out of James Harden, he's almost the same as Ben. You don't know what kind of mindset they're going to come into. 1 minute him and AB can be getting along, and then Tobias Harris can really look at him sideways because it's something he done did with one of the Kardashians or, ASAP Rocky or whoever he hanging with at that moment.
Meek Mill.
Probably be hanging with me at that point. I don't know. I'm trying to foresee a lot of things coming up.
I don't know if I want to kick it with Harden. Well, he might have a good time.
I think that it's going to be bigger next year because you won't have all those distractions. A lot of stuff that went on in BK, they look good on paper and they can be good. I think they should probably get rid of Drummond. I don't really know if he really fit with them. That's one thing that the art of the big man is kind of a lost one, and he just didn't seem, I don't know. He's strong, he able-bodied, but he seemed to slow that team down a little bit to me. I ain't got no hate for the dude, but
what he brings to the table, they somewhat needed at first, which is the rebounding, but it's the lack of his lateral quickness and like his footwork, stuff like that. Putting him in a pick and roll, he fooled out there for these guards today. So you can't really keep him out there. That's why they play Claxton enough, because he's young, he's athletic, he's a little faster, a little swifter on his feet. Meanwhile, Drummond, Drummond the same one that gave up a step back to Giannis, for Christ's sake. So like you can't have those type of guys out there. Not saying no disrespect to Giannis, but I'm just saying if it's one shot you think Giannis could, you ain't worried about Giannis hitting, it's a step back three in your face for the game. Yeah, I don't know what moves they can make. Maybe like a Rudy Gobert somebody. Nah, like he make too much dough for that team. I don't know. They need some JaVale McGee. Maybe he did hit that line. Somebody like
It's going to be a high caliber type of player that's going to come that way. Because
Who?
at the end of the day, I don't think how a little while ago everybody was saying you don't really want to come play with Bron. He this type of player, and I think Kev and Kai, they still got enough on the likable side to where you're going to have those players still good attracted to Brooklyn. Plus, I don't really feel like they're that far away from making a splash in the East. So I know Giannis is going to continue to prevail. Jimmy Buckets is looking good down in Miami right now. We're going to get to those in a little bit. But I think Brooklyn, is just a couple plays away, foot on the line type thing, a spin move. I think that game one set them back for the rest of the series because they seemed like they couldn't bounce back. They got smashed game 2. Game 3 was a little bit back in Brooklyn. You would expect a little bit more, but I think once game 4 came, you started to see maybe it's time to just pack
Brooklyn
it up.
Will Brooklyn be back next year?
Still
You know what I'm thinking of Brooklyn right now?
Oh, you ain't feeling brownish.
Who cares?
You know what I'm thinking of Brooklyn right now? It's like, if I wasn't in the school building, I swear for God, I ain't gonna do that. Brooklyn coming out the East next year, man. We talking 2023 champs.
Man, what he
Speak
said.
it into existence.
What he
You
said.
know, man, Kevin Durant. Forget Charles Barkley. You ain't no Charles Barkley. That's my favorite line. You ever see Space Jam? You ain't no man, basketball. Man, come on, man. Y'all already know. Man, listen. Charles Barkley is. I ain't even talking about Charles, man. KD is gonna get it done next year, but we ain't talking right now. I'm killing the man. You can't be minus 31 for the whole series. You can't average 5 turnovers a game. You can't shoot 7 for 21 from the 3 ball. You can't do that. Even he's sleepwalking, averaging 27. If we talking about this is the worst series of his career, right? Like, bro, he actually averaged 26.5. But nah, it's crazy, man. But not just to totally poop on the Nets. Give respect to Ime Udoka and the Boston Celtics, because the Boston Celtics, after being whooped on by Brooklyn last year, made all the right moves this offseason, and they started off a little slow, but once January, my man's Jaylen Brown, I got a dude that keeps saying Jaylen Brown top 5. What about the Bulls? We'll get there, or you probably already missed it. I'm confused. What about the Lakers? Like, other people want to talk to me about my team. They Laker fans. I'm just confused, bro. You could hop on a Giannis wave and all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, you a Laker, and we laughing out loud in La La Land. But anyway, my fault. I get sidetracked when I see people comment. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Give credit to the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum averaged 29.5 points and 7.3 assists. He was killing. He was on KD. The young man is 24 years old, and he started his prime. We could start talking about he at top. Is he on the verge of becoming a top 5 player? Is KD and LeBron and them falling out? I don't know, because right now the best 2 players in the game is both bigs and Giannis and Joel. And bro, if you want to throw Luka up in there and all these other Ja Morants and all these other young players, Bookers and all these other guys, but right now, man, Steph Curry, can't forget Steph. It's like he's just in his own category. But
Let's go ahead and jump over there because what's that series right now?
The West Side Story, they up 3-1.
They up 3-1. So did
If they
the
lose
Joker
this
and
3-1
enough?
lead, do they call KD in the parking lot?
Nah, man.
Hey, Draymond even had jokes like he wasn't the one that called KD. You know what? Never mind.
So before we skip over to the West, let's just clear out. We got Celtics best in the East. You rolling with that one?
I think that the representative of the Eastern Conference will come out of Milwaukee and Boston. I don't
want to tell
like
Ryan to
Miami.
hit the clip. I don't really want to tell you to hit the clip, but I thought you said that the winner of Brooklyn Boston was going to come out of the East. No? You could say no. There's no wrong
Pretty
answer.
sure.
here.
I think that's what
I
he
don't.
said.
Cause did I say that? Because at the end of the day, I was saying Brooklyn to beat Boston, so I was really just saying that maybe just on
But
the.
anyways,
But yeah, the winner. But if I'm really looking at it, but Milwaukee, Boston, I feel like it's gonna come out the East. Now that ain't nobody. I don't like the other side. James Harden. We could get into when we get into the Sixers, and then I'm gonna kill the Sixers too.
so why no Miami and why no Philly?
Well, number one, as
If Philly
a
makes it out
natural
from Toronto.
Chicago Bulls fan, I understand Jimmy Butler. And this playoff Jimmy, other people, they forget about how Jimmy does this in the playoffs, but Jimmy can be outperformed. I also feel like Jimmy Butler cannot be your best player on your team and lead you somewhere. Now he's done it. The bubble, we make fun of the bubble for so many reasons, and that's why I don't believe in a bubble run either. But was Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero a bubble product? You know, Duncan kind of lightened up, but if you stay in his chest, maybe he won't shoot so many threes. So many people just, you know, count him out like that's what got him in the league. But I don't believe in Jimmy Butler 100%. I feel like he's gonna fight. And if you sleeping on him, he's able to prevail. But they had an easy matchup, whether if it was going to be Cleveland, Charlotte, or who they ended up getting, the Hawks. And I'm gonna kill Trae Young in a minute. I'm overrated self, but I don't believe in. I don't believe that the Heat would have enough to beat Milwaukee. Even though Bam, all that sound good, they don't got nobody for Giannis. I don't care what you say. Even PJ Tucker. Maybe not even PJ Tucker. They might match up better with Boston. But if Boston is ready, like I think they just performed I think they could Jason Tatum has now leaped past Jimmy Butler as far as what he can do with his bag.
I'll give you that one.
Because Jimmy doesn't do that every game.
Yeah.
He does it every
Consistency is key.
he does it every other game, excuse me. So he came out with the big 40-point game, and then he had a quiet one. And then he had another solid game, and then he sat out. So that's the type of star player performer he is. He'd do that game where where he's not Jimmy G buckets, he might Jimmy G steals. Because Jimmy gonna get steals, Jimmy G plays, because Jimmy gonna make plays. Yeah, I think I said that right. But I don't believe in Miami all the way. I feel like I respect the defender champs enough. Maybe if this Middleton injury is not enough, then Boston could possibly prevail. But I still think that the Greek is going to get it done on that side. But either way go, I got the Warriors coming out, and since that was one of my finals pick, I got the Warriors winning. We ain't there yet.
Man, I almost want to go there with you. That's a bold statement you just made.
Why not?
You know?
Because we could talk about how I know I don't really believe in Memphis, but who else is out there? Philly, Toronto. What you think? Did they give up the 3-1 or the 3-0? They was up 3-0, I thought.
Yeah, they were up 3-0 for.
Are they the first? Are they the first team that give up a 3-0 lead?
I don't think so. I think with Brooklyn falling out, I think it may energize Philly a little bit more, just so they not on that same wavelength as Brooklyn, as saying, you know, y'all did this whole trade. But I think that can be one heck of a narrative. Both of those trades, they get knocked out right away in the first round. So,
dude, yeah, Raptors coming out of nowhere though. Steal 2 and Game 6 going back to Toronto. We know it's hard to play up there.
You know what happened? Scotty Barnes came back early for his team.
Well,
Ben Simmons. Scotty Barnes came back early in that game. That's the game that they won.
Well, and a little bit of Joel Embiid's finger ligament thing. That's you know, that's got to be. He's gonna have surgery when they're done.
He's definitely getting bothered by that. But he's still bringing 20-something plus to the table and 15 rebounds. That's when
he's still doing his thing.
The so-called star you traded for needs to step up.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about Maxey. Maxey's not ready. He's a nice product. He's most improved type prospect.
He's been helping for sure.
He's been helping, but in these losses, he ain't done nothing.
In the playoffs, you need some role players, some niche players to step up and do those other things, especially if Embiid's
But you also need that guy.
And with it being hurt, it made way for Siakam to come on through and do what he was doing.
Yeah, who's been to the finals. He's tasted that.
And they
he's
did
seen
this.
That champagne.
When did Toronto win? 2019. So, yeah, a couple years ago, man, they still got a lot of.
Siakam was the second best player on that team.
They got a lot
he
of
was
that
right
squad.
there with Kawhi. So I know Kawhi got all the love and all that, but Siakam was right there and Kyle Lowry.
And if you can keep getting that between 3 and 10 out of him, that's what he put up, you know, this past game. But
we got James Harden averaging 18.4 points, not cutting. You need to bump that up by 10, or at least 8. If you're not bringing 26 to the table, Harden, I don't know what you're doing. Now, 9.2 assists is cool. He's passing the ball around, but he's passing the ball around because he's passing up shots, or he's missing them. 4.8 rebounds. He's averaging 37.9 from the free throw line. I mean, for the 3-point line. So he ain't really shooting that good. His last few games has really been terrible.
We still consider
High
James Harden an
turnover.
all-star caliber player.
So,
He made
Superstar.
all-star.
You mean a superstar?
Nah, I mean all-star, superstar. I don't know which level it is.
I mean, they
but
technically considered him a superstar prior to what he did.
I'm talking about the same level that we give Bron, Giannis. I mean,
Yeah,
on
that's
that, on
superstar
that.
level.
Okay, let's
A-list.
bring it back down to Jared's levels. Which level is he at right now? Wake up, grind time. Where is he at on that list?
Where's James Harden?
Yes, where is James Harden?
The wake the fuck up category. Yeah.
That's the thing. I think he's on his. I think he's
on a
his game's
decline.
declining. I
Yeah.
mean, how long has
Yeah.
he been in the league? 10 years.
Nah, it's way more than 10. I want to say
A dozen?
Let me see. KD's 07, Russell and them is 08. He's 09.
All right, so yeah, 13, 12, 13. So I mean, yeah,
He's
just
been in there long enough.
past his prime, and
Definitely
especially
past his
his
prime.
game is just. It's tough. I mean, it's hard to continue like
Yeah.
that
And you
ISO
keep coming in out of
1-on-1.
shape.
Like
How you gonna keep trying to ISO people when you fat?
it's
Like it ain't cutting.
he can't do the same
Unless
thing
you got one
when he was
kid from
27.
I want to
you
say
know?
K-State or where he from? No, what's that big?
So he needs to wake up, but his game, just in general, he's on the decline a little bit.
You know, but
he
y'all
can
know what I call him.
he can still come out and ball, but
You know, that's debatable.
he's got to be
I'm
more.
waiting on
He's
it.
got to be more of a team player now, which ain't his thing.
Nah, he need to be a number. He went there to go ride somebody's coattails, and now it's time for you to step up and be the. You know, that's why Charles Barkley was talking about bus drivers and bus riders, right? Well, is James Harden a bus driver? Because when he was driving the bus, all he did was crash the bus. And then is he a bus rider? Like, you know how they got the driver, they got the steering wheel, then they got the fake steering wheel. Like, can they switch steering wheels so he could be like a co-pilot? Because James Harden, Philly needs you. I'm pro Embiid, but I'm not pro Philly right now because I'm not pro Harden. I had to act like I was pro Harden because I like KD that much, but nah, I've never been pro Harden. He's always been James St. Patrick to me. Ghost.
Ghost. I don't know.
Yeah, because that's what he is right now. He's a ghost.
Where he at, man? Where
Sean,
Brooklyn
what you
at?
need
We
to
know
call
that
in
my
number.
home.
Get the calling number in the chat so
I
Sean
got
can call
him.
in. You wanna
What's
talk
up?
Trey overrated Young? We could talk about Trey overrated Young, and you really think John Moran or Trey Young?
I'm going Ja all day. That's why I
Like,
got
bro.
Memphis to the finals. I'm telling you, dog.
They're not ready. My favorite line: "Don't play with your food." They're playing with their lunch meat. They're playing with their food. If Minnesota ain't been understanding what they've been able to do,
Yeah.
if they've been finishing the jobs, this series
Right.
is over, and Minnesota done won. So,
But
Ja,
hey.
Ja, don't get me wrong, he played amazing last night. Are we about to just? Hold on, is the East done? We talk about Harden's a bust. The Bulls, my Bull. Or you want me to? My Bulls is gonna be Zach LaVine. I don't know what we gonna do with Zach LaVine at all. He's about to get off-season surgery. Right now, he's missing tonight's game, and we're getting killed because he's back in protocol. I don't understand how this man keep getting in the protocol, but they're gonna trade Zach LaVine. I feel like they didn't really want to pay him a supermax anyway. That was already up. That was already debatable, but they was gonna let him work it out. He was supposed to have a great season, which in a way he did up until the meniscus drain. Once he got this meniscus drain, he's been playing like crap the whole time. He didn't show up for the. I was waiting for him to do something. Like the most points he put up was like 23 or something. It's his first playoff series, but he wasn't ready. Zach LaVine might not be a Bull next year, and it ain't gonna hurt. I seen Derrick Rose get traded, so it's not gonna hurt. It ain't gonna hurt at all. Heck, I seen Jimmy Butler get traded. I didn't love Zach LaVine as much as I loved those homegrown Bulls. So it is what it is. We just got a nice little core. Hopefully we can flip Vooch and Zach into some type of superstar. You know, there's some AD might want to come home rumors. I don't really know how I feel about AD, but maybe he might want to perform for his city. You never know. But I know he still got that type of talent. I don't know what the Bulls are gonna do, but they about to get swept tonight. It's been a great season. I've been proud of my Bulls all year. I ain't never had championship expectations or nothing crazy like that. I never said championship. We can check the footage.
Hey,
I don't pull the receipts.
I don't remember that
Because
one.
I've always had Kevin Durant winning the
Like I
finals.
said, at the same point, I remember pretty good. It was at some point that they were like at a 3-4 seed, and it was
They were the
starting to-
one-
We
they
was
were
the
the
one
one
seed the
seed.
majority of the year.
Yeah. Well, for the first quarter of this.
All the way up until what's after
Christmas?
February? March. No. We were tied for first at All-Star break. Literally had the same record as the Heat.
Yeah, actually, I
And
think
then
that's
after
right.
a little bit after break, we got the
So
one seed
even with
back.
them being at 1 seed, you never had championship aspiration for them.
Where did I have my Bulls in the whole year in my levels?
Yeah,
grind
look,
time.
realistic.
Grind time, because we had to. I knew we had to grind it out. It's early in the season. We number 1. I knew that was not fluky.
All right,
but
man.
I knew it.
Give you that.
So we got to grind it the whole year. So since we starting off this hot, because my very first levels, they're all the way at don't sleep. They're all the way at don't sleep. I moved not don't sleep.
We gonna rewind the footage. Enough, man.
Don't sleep.
I'm gonna have to rewind the tape.
I don't even remember my
keep it
categories.
moving.
What's the one after? It's lay it down.
Keep it moving.
It's lay it down. It's
Richard, call in, man.
what's the one? Oh God, dog it.
It doesn't matter.
I don't
Keep
even know my
moving.
own levels. But anyway, they
didn't
never
have
went
championship
higher.
aspirations.
They never went higher to grind time. They was gonna have to make it all the way to April as a 1 seed for me to put them in and be like that. But that never happened.
You only ever had like 2 teams.
I
like
had,
that anyway.
I thought we would, like I said, my max expectations was 2nd round exit at best. But like I said, we got one of the matchups that I didn't want. I didn't want the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't want that smoke because I already knew what type of time it was. We ain't got the bigs for it. What I've been telling you all year, I want Sabonis. We need extra bigs.
It's a fire sale in Indiana.
And yeah, we need extra
Indiana
bigs
going
because
for
I knew at some point we gonna have to see Giannis. We might have to see Kevin. We might have to see Embiid. Now we gonna never get to see Kevin, but we met Giannis round 1. We don't have the size, and when you out there with a 6'5" and a 6'6" center, oh man. No, it's crazy. And then the 7-foot center is playing like he's 6 foot. It ain't cutting it.
Man,
Yeah, that's
so the
that's
Bulls
my
is
Bulls
going
take.
home. Seeing how they
Rewind
did, they
the
came, they
tape.
saw,
We'll
they
tell that,
conquered.
man. But what? I never said my Bulls was going to the finals. I'm not that type of dude.
Yeah, I don't think he ever did.
Maybe
Anyway,
he ain't say finals. He had a good push on him.
I'm hoping Toronto comes back and upsets Philly.
I'm almost hoping that too,
Richard,
man.
dude, I'd love to see that. And also, down 3-0, like bring it on.
We
Still
the
want
first team to ever do it.
Still game 6
I think
tomorrow?
When the Raptors come back from 3-0, I'm gonna be like, look, Kevin, y'all could have did it. Y'all could have did it.
Man, no, they couldn't have that. Dude, Boston's defense, just shut them down, open up.
I really don't. I really feel like.
All right, let's
after
go to
watching game
let's
4,
go to the West now. We've talked a lot about the East, all that nonsense are over.
yeah,
We don't
the
care.
Nets got West now. The
Nuggets probably not going to survive tonight. They luckily got one at home. They
And
look
if this
they
man
look
wins back-to-back
terrible.
MVPs,
Saturday or
that's back-to-back
Sunday.
embarrassments.
So Nuggets probably going to drop tonight. Hopefully they can steal one, extend it to Game 6. Golden State looking good.
Nope.
Losing out.
Not even happening.
Memphis had a good one last night. That was a hell of a game.
Great
Memphis
game.
T-Wolves. That's been the best series so far.
Sure.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Excellent play from both sides of it. Anthony Edwards is a stud. Cat's balling. Ja Morant's doing Ja Morant things. That's one clip we do have. We'll show the
The
last.
most exciting player in basketball.
Hands down.
Yep.
It's not even.
All right, here's the
That's
last
not debatable.
roughly 3. Well, here's like 3 minutes of footage. It's like the last 10 seconds.
Ryan, hit me with the number.
It's already in there.
Oh.
We'll read the chat.
Minnesota led
All right.
99
Oh,
to 88. Memphis has gone on a
Replied directly to
21-7 run. Get it in for Towns. Back from McLaughlin. The bounce to the outside. The jumper. Gone!
It's literally not.
It's Edwards. Big time delivery. Tie game with 3.7 left.
Shardo. It's in there. 308-760-4664.
3 shot to go.
Oh, yeah, and I got Trae Young's stats right here with his 15.4 points. I'm saying about that. That's because I'm thinking about shot.
Toss it.
Look at that, man. You don't go for that steal, Ant-Man.
1 second.
And Anthony Edwards said I had that play made up in my mind already. Yeah, bad. Bad choice.
And that's it. A gutty Grizzly win.
What did y'all say? Call me.
Home. And Morant is the hero.
Call my fucking phone, man. What'd he say? Call my phone, man.
To take a 3-2
Oh, they was lit. I know it was a lot of money back. Yo, did he give him another chain?
Star showing out.
Last game they gave him a chain.
Again, if he wills to the
Yeah, that's a
basket,
bad. You can't do that. That's what he does.
Agile.
Lefty,
Elusive.
and he right-handed. So that's offhand. Yeah, straight slid back. Oh my goodness. Just call my phone. Look at Brandon Clark, just excited. And I don't even know who that tall dude is right there. But you hugging another man behind another man hugging another man. Either way it goes, that's not the brother, man.
Hey, we support all of it though.
Nah, not the extra hug. The other dude who still had his uniform on, he shouldn't have came up and hugged. It was already weird with Clark.
We're gonna move past this before we get
If you look back at that
shadow
clip,
ban
if you
real
look
quick.
at the tape. Hey, see, we're ahead of the tape. So if y'all just saw the tape, that third dude looked a little bit extra saucy than me. He ain't have to do that. But anyway, called Ja, hit the line. Ja rules, and Murder Inc. They're dead. Well, not dead, figuratively, because I think that killed Minnesota. But they might come back out with a big game 6. You never know. That
It's
could
back to Minnesota with Game 6. So,
but like I said earlier, Ja and them been playing with they food, and the Timberwolves don't know any better, so they ain't been closing these games. But if they close out these games, the Timberwolves could be up 4-2, 4-1.
I mean, you saying they don't know any better. This is a young Memphis team too. It's neck and neck with whoever is going to keep fighting the hardest. And it's not like that Timberwolves team is laying down, man.
They're not laying it down.
You got 22 from Edwards, 28 from Towns. They coming out.
Are you
playing.
looking at Edwards' shot? He was like 2 for
8
7.
for 20. I mean, but you shoot. I'm
he
let
might
this
have
guy
finished
take the
3
shot
for
all the
8.
time.
He might have
3
finished
for 9 from a 3-point line.
because that last shot that he hit. But now Edwards takes terrible. He's a terrible shot decision maker or whatever, shot taker. He just pull up from 3 out of no regards, cause bro, he'll shoot you out of a game. That's what it looked like.
That's the face of the NBA right now, because you will have many players I mean, you go look at Trey's stats. Trey takes some crazy. I didn't see Trey.
He's
hit
not
the
even a good 3-point shooter. Making it
side of backboard.
Trey Young is not a good 3-point shooter. When he hit the wild shot, it's just.
right.
There it is. Who we got?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's that Rams fan.
It's Shard. What's up, man?
Shardo,
What up, fellas? What up?
What up, sucker? Yeah, you on some sucker stuff right now. Trey Young, what you got to say about Trey, bro?
Sir.
What you got to say about Trey, bro? You about to put your
Straight to ice, Trey.
So go ahead and tell me everything you got about Trey that you ready to spill out.
Why didn't he get it done? I know Kevin Durant been getting a lot of the slack, but people feel like Trey Young arrived and he was this superstar because he took his team to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They had a nice little record. They fought Milwaukee tough and all this other crap. Trey led the league this year in total points, total assists, but they also forget that he led the league in total turnovers. Everybody talk about Russell Westbrook and his turnovers. You know who had more? And you know who led the league in turnovers? That man, Ice Trey. That's the problem. You know how many turnovers he had that series? Do you?
Was it like 30?
And he averaged 6.5 turnovers a game. My man, a lot of people don't like the plus-minus stat, but this one is telling. When you minus 58 on the court, fam, you overrated. You minus 58 on the court. I can't do that. 15.4 points, 6 assists, 5. Like I said, he averaged 1.5 more turnovers than assists.
So what you're telling me right now is you're basing Trey Young off of one playoff series, is what you're telling me.
I've always felt like he was overrated, though, Shard. This is nothing new with me.
I'm confused about what about him makes him overrated. Besides what you're telling me is he led the league in scoring and assists.
In total points, yeah. And turnovers. I said turnovers. Don't forget the turnovers, bro.
Okay.
There was a 10th seed that made it because of a play-in. That's not what's up.
Absolutely. So last year, John Morant made it in. How did he make it into the playoffs?
The play-in.
Okay. So you judge John Morant off of 1 year, and you judge Trey Young off of 1 series. That to me is crazy.
So when you go from listen. Okay, hold on. One pause. So when you go from, I want to say, the Hawks was the 4 seed last year, because I think the 1 seed was
because they played the Knicks, which was 5.
Yeah, so they was the 4 seed, and Milwaukee and Brooklyn was 2-3. So you go from the 4th seed all the way down to the 10th.
Correct.
That's sliding back. He's just. I think last year with that team might have just been an outlier. Like, what's that word I'm looking for? Aberration. I think last year was an aberration.
Okay.
If we talking like why do we give Ben Simmons so much slack? Yeah, okay. Maybe not us here at this table. Why did Ben Simmons get so much slack? Why do Philly and them get talked about? What did Philly do last year? They choked. They gave up a series that they should have had, right? So why should I be so impressed with what Trey and them did when we know that the greater seed, Philly, didn't get the job done?
They had to play the games. I mean, that's not Trey's and them fault that they gave it up.
All right, so why should I elevate
And so-
Trey because another team gave it up?
Did he not perform whenever he was put to the test?
I mean, well, when Ben was guarding him, he struggled a lot. Yeah.
He did struggle a lot, and then that's what I had too. Trey struggles with size, so that's when you was going to try to
And
give
strength.
me everything that Miami got.
Because Kyle
They the
Lowry don't
number
got
3
size,
defense.
but Kyle Lowry got weight. So Kyle Lowry even locked him up.
Kyle Lowry way taller than him. Jimmy Butler way taller than him.
By like 2 inches.
What,
Kyle
six-
Lowry is 6 foot.
And Trey Young, what, 6'11"?
5'11".
5'11", 5'10".
Yeah, Trey Young about
Jimmy
6'11".
Butler,
What? Nah, he about 5'11". Yeah,
5'11".
that's an inch. He stuck with size and weight.
Hey, but I'm messing with you on an aspect of Trey. He is a superstar player, but superstar players
That's
got to show up
debatable.
in big times. And he last night,
Absolutely.
41 minutes. 41 minutes,
No
2 for
Jimmy,
12.
no Kyle.
0 for 5 from the 3. 11 points total in the closeout game.
Well, how many turnovers he had that game
Absolutely.
last night?
Absolutely. He
A lot.
came up small. This
He came
playoff
up- he
series,
came up his height.
Absolutely, he came up small this playoff series, but I don't think that you should judge a player off of one playoff series, especially when it's really early in his career, because he already showed what he can do already. I mean, Ja got 4-1 last year by Utah, and nobody.
He was the
thinks
8th
Utah's
seed,
in-
though. Ja
was
was
the
the
eighth seed?
8th seed versus a 1 seed. I mean, I can't.
They're eighth.
These are eighth
They're
seed versus
eighth
one.
seed. Trey and them are eighth seed. It's basically the same
I'm
thing.
saying,
And
but
so
Trey regressed.
Ooh.
The team failed.
he averaged 20.
You go from
20,
going from
29.
10 to 2 versus dropping from 4 to 10 is 2 different things. Whether they both make the play-in or not.
That's true.
Yes.
Case closed.
In the debate. Next topic. What the Lakers doing?
They at home chilling. But
like,
I still don't think that proves that Ja is better than Trey though.
So what does Trey do better than Ja? Because it's not shoot.
Well, he shoots from distance better than him, but he doesn't. I guess because based off percentage, they probably shoot the same thing.
Exactly.
Trey's a better
So,
passer than Ja Morant is.
He's a better passer. Okay.
Yeah,
Who do you want to lead your team?
Trey Young.
As your 1A player, you think Trey Young is going to do it?
That's my thing. Trey don't have a number 2. When has he ever had a number 2? That's the thing I was going to tell you, explain about it in the East. Everybody in the East got a 1 and a 2.
Heck, DeAndre Hunter dropped 35 last night. He was looking for his 1 to show up.
He had a bad series, absolutely. 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 There's no question. Every team that's in the East has a 1, 2, and some of them have a 3.
Like I said earlier,
Butler,
man, it's
Bam,
still
Hero,
this is still a 1
KD,
versus 8,
Kyrie.
a 2 versus 7. It's like the Cinderella team making it past the number 1 seed in the NCAA. This is still just a 2 versus 7, 1 versus 8. Don't put too much precedence on these type of games, man. These players are ranked at this position for a reason. So I know that Trey is he can get ice hold, but at this point right now, I just think Jimmy and that team, they just ride too hot right now. So
Yeah, he was literally ice Trey.
just wasn't in their favor this year.
Hey, what's that thing on 2K when you miss a lot? That snowflake? Yeah, he had that snowflake all series.
Who says he has
That's a
a better
snowflake all series.
You think Miami has a better defense than Minnesota, correct?
That's debatable,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, as a team collectively, yeah.
I mean, besides last game, in game 1 when Ja Morant shot 20 free throws, he's been struggling against Minnesota.
He ain't been show. That's what I've been saying. The Grizzlies has been playing with their food. That's why I got them losing in the next round. A lot of people got them going to the finals, not just you, but like on a higher scale. They a lot of people got the Grizzlies going to the finals. I don't believe the Grizzlies is ready. They're doing too much talking with this Timberwolves team. Ja himself, I love Ja. Ja ruled last night, but you know what happened at the end of that battle? 51. And 50 is going to be Steph Curry, who been there, done that. But you like I did that? Hey. But anyway, the Grizzlies is doing too much talking and they playing around.
I think the Timberwolves is playing with they fool because there's no way the series shouldn't have been over already.
Nah, the Timberwolves was never the better team though. They match up well because of the youth. Because of the youth, and they got they got number 1 picks over there, top 2 picks. And
they have better talent. They have better talent than Memphis does.
At the top. Versus, if you want to say Big Cat, I mean, if you're talking Ja and Jaren Jackson versus Big Cat and Anthony Edwards, I might actually take Ja and Jaren Jackson just because I think Cat is more so on the soft side.
No way. There's
Cat,
no way. I would take D'Lo
Cat led the league in fouls this year.
Cat.
He's still in foul trouble.
D'Lo, Cat, and Ant is better than Bane, Jackson, and Morant. Like,
and you got to throw Dylan Brooks in there too, though, because he's a part of that 3.
Exactly.
And actually, Brooks is a better player than Desmond Bane, even though Desmond Bane has stepped up in the second year.
Absolutely.
But that's why I think the Grizzlies is playing around too much, and and the tactics that they're using with the Timberwolves won't work against a team that's seasoned like the Warriors. Now, Ja might be, and if Ja get into a talking match with Draymond, that's not Patrick Beverly. He ain't gonna win it. He ain't gonna win it because their killers over there are not gonna do no talking. They're just gonna kill. You know, silent assassins, babyface assassin, and it's only a matter of time before Jordan Poole get a nickname. They're already calling it the Pool Party, and you know, because the Pool Party is with the Splash Brothers, so you know that's how that goes. But I don't think the Grizzlies is ready, but that's just because they do too much talking. So I got to.
I got one more question for y'all. Y'all ain't finished the West yet, but none of y'all can figure Luka can take it out west.
I think Luka's ceiling is the Western Conference Finals. His ceiling, because a wounded Phoenix might not be able to get it done. Versus if they're having trouble with BI right now. I mean, Luka might not shoot as efficient as BI, but he control way more than BI do. So I think that he could be dangerous. It all depends who show up because BI not going out there by himself. It depends on if Cleaver show up. I mean, but Brunson has been balling, and he even dropped 41 last week. So we have to see if can he keep that up consistent play. Spencer Dinwiddie was kind of big. It's a collective team over there outside of the main guy Luka. They all fit around what he do, and I wish my guy Trey Burke could get some more burn just because he's from the city.
Straight up. I like Luka. I mean, he looked real good. I think it was the last game they played, which they won.
I think he had 30-something.
Like you said, I think that the Western Conference Finals has to be where they make
some
it
people
to.
got the Mavs coming out the West.
Can't see them coming out. I mean,
I do. I got the Mavs coming out the West. That's why I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. That's why I got the Mavs in the Bucks.
You got the Mavs and the Bucks. Is that just because you like Giannis and Luka, or is it, why do you feel like the Mavs would be able to beat Phoenix, beat Golden State, and or Memphis as well?
My first thing is if you have the best player on the court, that gives you advantage over any other team. And I feel like Luka the best player out west. He
MVP right now.
He's MVP, but right now Jokic's about to be out the playoffs. Right now, you taking Steph or you taking Luka?
Definitely taking Steph.
Luka. See, and so that's like you said, the Western Conference. That's where it's going to be down to.
Why Luka over Steph?
He do more.
Why Luka over Steph? I need a real answer. I need a real answer.
Teammates involved, pace of the game, like.
Who will have greater impact
on his team? So it is Luka, obviously. Warriors winning games without Steph.
What games have they won without him?
Against Utah, they weren't winning. They didn't win a couple games down the stretch when Steph didn't play the last.
The Warriors stunk it up down the stretch, and that's how they even got to the 3 seed.
They was already went they to 2 and they only went to 3.
Yeah, but the
only thing
gap
that happened was Memphis that went on a
2 and 3 was
20-3
huge.
run.
They had an 8-game lead on Memphis before Memphis caught them. They ain't really do too much without Steph Curry or Draymond for that matter. But I've never seen Luka win a playoff series, so until I do, I can't just tip my cap on that just because of what he brings to the table. The impact of Stephen Curry without the ball running around is even greater than what Luka can do with the ball. Because the fact that you can't leave this man, at all. And Luka got to get hot for his shot to fall. He ain't really a shooter. He's not your shooter. But if he's hot, he won't miss. If he's hot, he won't miss. I'll give you that. But the way that the Warriors play D, I'm trying to think, who do they put Draymond on? Yeah. I don't even like that matchup would be. It wouldn't even be. I just feel like I got to look up the season series to see what that went. But Luka wouldn't be enough if LeBron wasn't enough to beat the Warriors by himself. I could almost guarantee that Luka, who has the exact same play style as LeBron, because the LeBron James system is the Luka Doncic system. They're the system. So if the team system of the Spurs/Warriors could beat LeBron, I'm almost positive that the teams the Spurs/Warriors could beat the Mavericks, because that's all Steve Kerr did was really take that type of style, that team, that ball offense, move the ball around, motion offense, all of that. It wouldn't be enough. The Mavericks don't got enough. They would need another star, just like LeBron did, and ain't no Kyrie Irving over there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's what I think. I think Luka is great, but I would still like to see Luka cap off a dub. Great numbers, but he ain't beat the Clippers, not in the bubble and not last year. And once he beat the Jazz, we'll see what that does to the Jazz, if the Jazz is going to detonate this year. I think they might blow up everything.
Yeah, should have did that.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely interested to see what Luka do versus the Suns next round. Well, heck, do the Suns make it out? Do the Suns make it out the first round? Does anybody believe in the Pelicans enough? Do the Pelicans?
They had their chance the other night. They had their chance the other night and coughed it up.
And I don't think he got enough. It just depends what's going to happen with Booker too. So
unless Zion's, put on his sneakers, but they still only gonna go so far. Even if they beat the Suns. Well, if they beat the Suns, that's wide open. What if we do get a Pelicans Mavericks matchup?
That'd be big. You killing the Suns get the same type of flack that Brooklyn is getting, even though it won't even be close.
You know why?
And that's a 1 seed
Because
getting beat by an 8.
Chris Paul, as much as they love the point guard, he's known for choking. So when he choke, it's like, that's Chris Paul. He still don't get love. He in year 17, all this other, 17. I think
You didn't crucify LeBron, crucify KD, Kyrie, but we
Say that
still
again.
going.
Hold up. I crucified. Forget the first name.
Not just you.
He didn't make the playoffs, so I don't know why you mentioned him. But the first two names. Who did I crucify?
KD and Kyrie.
Thank you. Me. Yeah. Hold up.
You burn the shirt.
Bro, people think I'm playing, bro. Where my lighter go? I'm about to set this back thing off. Oh, here it is. Like, no, I'm just playing. But yeah, man, I had to kill him. But nah, man.
Let's wrap it
All
up,
of
man.
They all get it, man. They all get it. But right now, who we got tonight? The Warriors close it out tonight. You like the Mavericks, Shard? I don't know if I seen you even post that. That's why.
I did. That's what I told that 2 months ago. They had a bet that said that $50 on the Mavs. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be betting and looking at bets and stuff. And they had $50 on the Mavs to win the West. Would have won you $450.
Oh.
For them great odds, you ask me.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth the loss because I'm sorry, but you're not doing that.
He won money off of the Rams, probably. You talking about betting. I bet you still got a little bit of money from the Rams.
You already know, man. You already know how that goes.
It's all good, man.
Speaking of y'all ain't got no draft picks anyway, so y'all ain't about to do nothing tomorrow.
Draft pick. Y'all talk about the draft at all?
I mean, we could close the show with the draft since we ain't got no draft show. Or we could. Nah. Y'all busy tomorrow? What you trying to do?
Who the best player y'all got coming out the draft this year?
Sauce Gardner. Even though Aiden Hutchinson and all those guys at the top, man, I think Sauce gonna come apart. He's gonna be a part of a team and just make an instant dynamic, instant change.
I mean, I think this draft, since it's not a quarterback heavy draft, it's just a lot of failure needs. It's a lot of the top. Like I think the top 3 players right now is 3 defensive players, which is Aiden, the kid from 2 people from Georgia, I think. Especially that linebacker from Georgia, or it's a linebacker from somewhere else. That's like all in that top 3. Like I don't really know. There's a lot of people that like. I want my team to get Sauce Gardner, but I've been seeing a lot of Stingley. But a lot of other people want Stingley, so I don't know. The Vikings. This is why I got my purple and gold on. But the Vikings, I don't know what we're gonna do. We just need to, maybe we could. I would like for us to sneak up in there and get that dude Willis, quarterback.
And they got him going to Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, I know. Nah, Pittsburgh about to get Baker.
Said that weeks ago.
They about to figure out. We finally gonna figure out what they're gonna do with Baker tomorrow, or by the weekend. Well, I don't really know who the best player is. I like Sauce Gardner. I know my team itself is looking at corners, but we ain't really got no top receivers in the North no more. Now that Adams is gone.
That's why Olave is going either Olave or Wilson. I think somebody can end up in Chicago.
Oh yeah, but we ain't worried about them rookies. Not with I love Justin Fields, but now he ain't a Buckeye no more, so he an op now. I don't know. They coach, and I don't know.
Thanks for calling in, Sharp. Appreciate the comments. Giving us your little grief about Luka.
For sure, man. Y'all fellas have a good night, man.
But, Trae Young, barely top 5 point guard.
Yeah, you riding that cape hard on Ice Tray, so keep on rocking, man.
What happened when you leave the ice tray out too long? The ice melt.
That's what that heat did, just melt all of it.
Exactly. Ain't no ice. Can you go back to the store and get some ice? Because Trey left.
What you got for us, Dietrich?
That wraps up about
pretty much everything.
Western Conference. Yeah, the West is interesting. Dallas and Utah, Memphis, Mini.
I think this time
got a lot
next
more
week,
evenly matched kind of squads over there. But yeah, Phoenix blows it to the Pelicans, man. What's his name? Alvarado. I had it written down.
Who's more likely? Who's the
He's a nuisance.
Who's
thief
the
himself.
1 seed?
Dude, yeah.
Who's not the 1 seed. Philly's Philly's 4. Dang, never mind. So who's more likely to lose, Philly or Phoenix? Which one? Everybody pushing P right now. So which P getting pushed over?
Philly's more likely to lose.
Okay.
Yeah, just because you see Toronto's coming back and they fighting still, but it just depends. I think what's going to happen with Phoenix is going to depend a lot what happens with Dev. If you don't got your number 1 bullet in your chamber, your gun is kind of pointless with that P.
Yeah, Bridges better keep.
And they got
they
got the better squad. Phoenix is the more talented team. But yeah, with your missing that key piece and Devin,
they ain't been able to stop. They ain't been able to stop Bi.
Yeah,
he's shooting above 60%.
He's coming around.
He's starting his prime too, just like Tatum. These young boys is, man, like we like Ja. Ja's still not in his prime yet. Like he's only his third year.
Scary, man.
Ja's not in his prime
yet.
He
did last night.
But we see greater stuff than,
too.
But that's one thing. He throws his body around a little too much.
Yeah,
but that's the young buck in him. He'll learn.
Right, yeah.
He'll learn and slow it down. But
hopefully,
there's times when he attacks and he
knock on wood. I don't want no Derrick Rose stuff to happen to him. That'd be heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that'd be a heartbreaker. That'd be heartbreaker. I love Ja. They just need to quit. He just do too much talking. Like remember when Embiid when he finally was able to play?
Yeah.
And he used to troll every center. Yeah. He used to troll like Whiteside, Gobert, Cat, all the other bigs. I think
maybe I've been slipping on him. I ain't been hearing Ja. Or he on Twitter or he
He
on
Instagram. He posted some when Cat said we still got to see them in Minnesota. He posted some of Big Cat after they lost game 1. He posted some of Michael Jordan clip.
Who, Ja?
Yeah,
Got Twitter fingers?
Nah, he Instagram
It's IG thing.
IG
Whatever.
fingers. He got Ryan's fingers.
There you go.
That's what he got. But yeah, Ja's. I think he on the court talking, going back and forth with Pat Bev, which is cool. You can talk trash, but I just feel like it's going to come a time where talking is going to, you're going to have your foot in your mouth, and they almost had their foot in their mouth during this series.
Well, shit, they're close. I mean,
Yeah. So they right there and playing with their food.
that's that young man thing. Running his mouth, too much
Yeah.
talking.
And then a player like
If you
Figure-
backing it
figure
up
it out.
though,
At the moment,
Steph Curry and them, they gonna just
oh yeah,
it ain't gonna work.
yeah.
It
And
ain't
you
gonna
run
work.
into it, yeah, some veterans that have been in the playoffs, some coaches with coaching experience in the playoffs, in championship games. All of that stuff starts to matter in the playoffs. All of that cohesiveness, top down, coaching, everything comes together. It's,
Which they
one
got a
dude
good
can put a
young
team
coach
on
over
his
there.
back, but to hold it all together and to keep advancing through a 7-game series, as you see, Toronto looking like they're going to come back and do it, and they've been there before, so.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It takes a squad. It doesn't take just KD or Kyrie, or it doesn't just take.
No. You got team oriented.
I mean-
The others got to be successful. And the crazy thing is, since you brought that back up, the Nets others actually performed. It was literally just not the superstars.
And they did a heck of a job against, But speaking of team, like Boston looks like the best team in the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
All 5,
The way they dismantled them and
yeah.
Marcus Smart is making plays.
defense,
Clutch shots.
all of this. I mean, you got
Clutch plays, clutch shots, like whether if his numbers is high or not, he's the focal point.
And
I always
it's-
like
yeah.
from the time when Marcus Smart went into the stands at Oklahoma State, or did he go into? He got into an incident with a fan where he got suspended or something like that.
Yeah, he got
But-
in a brawl down there, something like
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, he did go. Yeah, he did get to a little fight. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's what I'm
Something
saying.
like
From
that.
that little moment at Oklahoma State, yeah, I like Marcus Smart. I don't really like that Boston Green. People call me the LeBron
Right.
hater, but I hate Boston because of what they did to Bron. You feel me? They made my guy go down south, and then my whole path of fandom changed.
around.
A lot of people's path to fandom changed because of Boston. If you want to keep it a bean,
Yeah.
Boston bean.
That's one thing, though. That,
I was very right with that one. I seen that.
That's another part of it. As fanhood changes a little bit depending on what happens, when and where. And that's I've never been a big Boston guy for whatever reason.
People
But
hate the Boston Celtics. People hate.
I like this team
they're
that's
not the
put
Boston
together.
Patriots.
I
The
like
Patriots is
Tatum
in
and
Boston.
Brown, and I'm not big on Marcus Smart, and I like the coach they fired. What's his name?
Like Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens.
Well, they moved
But-
him up. He's a general manager now.
so
he just couldn't coach the players, which clearly he couldn't.
So the Celtics growing on me a little bit, and they look solid, man. I would
but
not want to
Jason
play
Tatum
them.
is a
I hope
killer.
the Bucks take them down. I hope the Bucks can wrap it up in about a quarter. Yeah, but
So that's
Jason
gonna be your
Tatum's
best
exciting.
series. You know how all the focal point was on Boston and New Jersey, Brooklyn.
Yep.
The
You
crazy
think
thing
this
is,
is
it
going to be the
shouldn't
best
have
series?
been.
This is going to be the next best series as
No,
Golden.
'cause
or-
Bucks and
Boston
Brooklyn.
and Brooklyn wasn't a good
Bucks and Boston.
series. Boston and Brooklyn wasn't a good series.
wasn't.
But it was supposed to be hyped up. That was the main
Each
event.
game was a good game, but the series was trash
Right.
because it never teetered the other way.
Right. That's what.
So,
Yeah. So
it was a sweet. You know what's a good
Right.
series? Phoenix and Pelicans. That's a good series.
Yeah, I mean, now that we inside of the playoffs and see it, but foreshadowing.
The
yeah, I'm looking for Boston
Timberwolves,
and Milwaukee.
Memphis. Everybody knew that would
the
be a
next
good
best
series. Heck, and even the what's that other team that's in the East? Nah.
Philadelphia and Toronto series.
Actually, everything in the only because they thought all the other series would be a rout for real. Pretty much everybody going to win and one on the other side versus the sweep. So yeah, the East was actually collectively, what's that? 3 teams with 12, so 12 and 3. The winners with the only other teams. Oh yeah, the bottom.
Yeah, to
teams
answer your,
didn't get
yeah,
dubs.
I'm
The losers
excited
didn't
for
get dubs at
Milwaukee
all.
and Boston. And if it comes right out of the West, Memphis and Golden State
That's gonna be the series.
will be
for
a
me.
great series. But Boston and Bucks,
Phoenix and
two best teams in the East, probably arguably in the playoffs.
Phoenix
Give
and
me that.
definitely
Watching Giannis ball up against the big boys in Boston.
Phoenix and
that's
Dallas
gonna
would be a good
That's going
series
to
too,
be,
though.
yep,
That's
a
7.
banger.
Is it 7?
What?
I could see that.
Boston and Milwaukee.
I could easily see that going to 7. 6 or 7. Like you said, a banger. It's going to be a lot of bruising and bashing around down low.
And it's going to be a lot of
The winner
Giannis.
wins in
I
6.
Yeah. He's going to have to be MVP, man.
Yeah. Because Boston's not looking like they're backing down from nobody. And the way that they just...
Bring it on.
Right.
I think that defensive player from the year with Smart, I think that kind of fueled the passion with that team.
Even more.
Yeah, they were already looking good, but I think that kind of intensified them. And now that they kind of knocked down Big Bad Brooklyn, I think they still, you knocked them out convincingly. You didn't just, like you say, play with your food. You didn't let you go 6, get the gentleman's sweep. No, you made that punch right out of the gate. So now they not only getting rest, you still got. Dude, I think Middleton, if they don't have him, man, Boston may get them about in 5 again.
And that's a big part of it too, is getting that rest, sitting a couple days, getting
I would
some
expect
breathers.
Giannis to push it to 6.
Yep.
No matter if they lose in 6 or if they go 7.
Milwaukee's still got most of that team from last year. I mean,
Yeah, I don't. But you know how like the other night, my Bulls first night without Middleton, Grayson Allen goes for 27. I don't think the Celtics will allow that to happen. Stuff like that.
Yep.
I don't think Bobby Portis going off. Where Bobby Portis is able to look at my Bulls fans who redrafted Bobby. I remember when he knocked out Nikola and got suspended. Yeah, I remember all that. So Bobby Portis ain't able to look at the fans and say, I got this.
They like him up.
I don't think that'll happen against Boston. I don't know if
Boston's too. Yeah, they're too
and
locked down right now.
I've always been on the Giannis got to show me he could do it again train. I've always been that guy, but I wanted the Brooklyn Milwaukee rematch versus whether not the Boston Milwaukee for the 3rd time in the last 5 years, or heck, might even be 3rd time in the last 4.
That's how Chiefs and Bills. That's what you get.
Bills blew that. You had 13 seconds.
All right. That's all I got, gang. We got to about get out of here.
That's it, man.
All right, what's your team? Y'all picked what, 31?
Yeah, we got a low picking. I ain't used to ever picking down this low, so.
Because if it was going by the record, but y'all did.
We meant to say it again for one more time. One last.
I said, if it's going by the record, y'all be in like the top 10 down there.
But when I go to the bag, it gotta be something coming out.
Whoop, whoop. What's coming out the bag today?
Who knows what's going to happen with San Fran? They need to make a deal with. They got to move Jimmy or Debo. What's in the bag?
Last year, Jamar Chase put that bad boy on right there. I've been
Nice.
calling it since we got here last year. I knew Jamar was going to be something special. This year,
he did say
we
that.
filled a lot of holes. We did what we were supposed to do in the offseason. We picked up a lot of key assets, and Lyle Collins. We got my man Kappa from down in Tampa Bay. So this week, I think, at this point, Cincinnati has done everything they're supposed to do. They filled the holes in the offensive line. Now, I think they're going to make one more key lineman purchase. Free agent is not going to be a purchase this time. It's going to be in the draft. I think they can get Tyler Lindenbaum out of Iowa, another center, to lock up that whole entire offensive line. We still got my man Jonah Williams from Alabama a couple years ago. You got, like I said, Kappa just coming over. Carsa from New England. It's a lot that's still going to be in that team. They can get another cornerback to even solidify a little bit more on that defense. We've seen what happened with Eli Apple. So it's another guy from Clemson, Andrew Booth. He should be able to come out. Kyer Elam, out of Florida. So it's a couple of good, different things, but whoever rep that Cincinnati coming up, we know what they're going to be coming to do. I don't want to say repeat. Got to do it a little bit different. Repeat on the AFC side, because we did what we were supposed to do. 13-4, say no more. Just keep going.
What?
We ain't repeating this. We want to do it different. That's why I was saying it's not a repeat type thing. You want to do something different and make sure that result is even better. But we right there where we need to be. So
that's
go
debatable.
keep rocking, man.
I'm gonna tell you this: 10-7 ain't gonna win the North next year. 10-7 is not winning the North next year. And the only reason why I won the North this year is because the guys who has been leading that division the whole time got banged.
we not getting no worse. That's no matter what. We not getting worse. We gonna get better too.
Unless
we gonna
somebody
see.
gets hurt, knock on wood. But I'm just saying, you don't know what could happen in the future. But I'm just saying now, after all the moves made, are y'all even the best team in Ohio?
Yeah.
Yes.
In Ohio, you talking about Cleveland? Man, wrap this up, man.
Right. Deshaun hadn't played in a year.
Wrap this up, man. Ain't scared of Cleveland. Ain't scared of Cleveland. They got two.
You shouldn't be.
They got two. They got two.
You shouldn't be.
They got two on us.
Now, in y'all's 10-7, I believe there was somebody responsible for two.
They
of
got
those.
two. That's what I'm just saying. They got two.
So what's y'all not? When the last time y'all beat Cleveland?
Probably about
The year
19.
before that?
Yeah.
3 years ago? Maybe?
Nah, it's 3 years ago. You right. Ain't scared of Cleveland
so,
though.
But y'all not scared of Cleveland. So
Nah.
Cleveland has
They
theoretically
banged us one time. The second time they killed the third team. We was ready for the playoffs.
At that point in time, who cares? Because they was going to
Exactly. So one of those don't count.
it do count because I think they would have beat your starters anyway. Because
Bengals beat the
debatable.
Chiefs twice last season. What else you
He
got?
don't go no smoke with that. He's still
what does
talking
that
about they
mean?
should have won in the overtime.
Right.
You know.
The Bengals beat the Chiefs because the Bills didn't do what they were supposed to do. Burrow ain't got the Patrick Mahomes curse on him like everybody else did.
Bengals in good shape. Just
We only gonna get better from here.
Debatable. We'll
Just
see.
need to not mess.
We only gonna get better from
We
here.
got the Super Bowl winning coach Kevin O'Connell on our side. We'll see how we do in the drive. You know, whether it's Stingley or Sauce. Hopefully that's too much sauce because I'll need it.
Need
Rocket
something,
Power
man.
jersey.
Oh yeah, you already
Fresh.
know, man.
Nice, dude.
Hey, big rocket power out this thing.
You pull any of those clips off the mail?
Nice. Huh?
You pull any of those clips off the mail?
Yeah.
Give a couple of my people a little shout out real quick.
Man,
Boom, check this out. All
We
right.
jump out of here.
This
Switch
is
one
more
pop
important. This is more important
Bengals will not win the
than
North next
anything
year.
we're talking about. So, we got a spelling
That one
champ
right
in the
there.
house.
That's my little girl. She ain't so little no more. You see, she's about the same size as her pops, but she just got first place in the spelling bee in the 8th grade. She
Wow, that's
took
what's
out
up.
2 guys. One would happen to be her brother. Another one was another contender. She happened to spell one word and got, that word was correct, and she won a championship. So
Heck yeah.
congratulations to my little girl, Jazz.
and my dude got the breads on.
Big shout out, Jazz. That
That
was
was
just
before we came in here, literally. I just left her school, and that just happened. So I don't know if you got the basketball on also.
Ooh, man,
Then,
that's awesome. Congrats to her. Spelling is super important. That's
She
more
not
important
only
than stuff
can-
we're doing, yeah.
She not only can get in on the basketball court, she's a good basketball player, but man, she's smarter than I've ever been, and I ain't too bad, so I know she's gonna be even better than me. So keep on going, 8th grade,
That's what's
and
up.
going into high school. She was accepted into Bishop Hartley, so we already have this at Ohio Media School where we with the Lady Hawks.
Ooh, nice.
So hopefully I'll be able to call her one of her gang. That's really the goal. But the other
And here we
one.
go. Yep.
These boys right here, the Mid Ohio Pumas. See my boy right in the front, number 11. We went down to Kentucky this past weekend. They took on a team from Alabama and 2 other teams and knocked those kids out and came home with our first championship of the traveling circuit. So
Nice.
going down to going over Indianapolis this week or Cincinnati, one of the two. I can't remember. We always on the road, but that team right there got a lot of young boys from around
What- yeah, what
Central
age?
Ohio. Those are 8th graders too.
Nice.
So it's a lot of
got twins?
potential. No.
What a year?
Sorry, man. We're talking about that off air.
All right.
But shout out to my crew, Jordan and Jasmine. Keep on doing what y'all are doing.
Yeah,
Shout
good
out
work,
to the
Will.
Wards.
All right, that's
Shout out
it.
to my guys.
That's
team.
all I got for Ryan Dietrich. Jeremiah Bays and Will Ward. Take it away,
Hey,
boys.
follow me right there. You already know what it is. Cincinnati, bring us home.
Where my finger at?
Boom! That's 2 in a row.
You already know. Follow That's Debatable. Like and subscribe to That's Debatable. We are That's Debatable. And listen, Ryan, I just got to look. You was in there. I was just watching some of the original song, which wasn't even a song. It was just me saying some stuff. Where the motto here is where anything you say can and will be debated. So this is That's Debatable. Shout out to my guys. Just listen to some stuff when it was just me. And along the way, I found a nice team. So, see you guys next
sure.
Wednesday. We are officially here every Wednesday, midweek hump day. We are now